Chicago, only way to keep calm is triple words have a serene mind. 80-degree, beautiful day in Chicago. Enjoying life today. Sitting still. Had just had lunch. Uh, Beautiful day in Chicago. No rain. Wise man's content because he's rich in mind and spirit. Even though poor, really good. So happy right now. Beautiful day in Chicago. Just enjoying life today. Uh, Beautiful day in Chicago. Best city there is. Just tune out the madness and prayer, meditation. Uh, Good people walk on whatever happens, get up in the earth for pleasure. Wise and so changes, highs and lows, whether touched by happiness, else by sorrow. First fruits of meditation, emotional balance. Bhagavad Gita talks about one is not disturbed in spite of misery, one is lies later when happens, free from attachment, fear, and anger. So happiness at my feet. Happiest man lives from day to day and asks no more. So today I'm happy to be alive. I get to live two lives in one lifetime. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. What lies behind me, what lies before me, a small matter compare what lies within me. The wise man carries possessions within. So I got something inside. And that's the meditation, prayers, and experiences. So can I do the bad, not live to see the good. So I had to go through the darkness to see the light. So sit out in the sun because you need to sit in the sun. Uh, Fear is a dark room. Develop negatives, fears everywhere. I pray to have no fear. Fear is evil. So I don't watch the news. I get the temperature, the weather, get out of there. And I'm enjoying life today, prayer, meditation. Pray to be calm and let nothing upset me. I don't have to let nothing upset me today. Dogs will bark. Pray to not allow those about me spoil my peace of mind. Pray to be calm in the midst of the storms. And I pray to have no fear. Buddha says the whole secret of existence is have no fear. Confucius said courage is without fear. And what is fear? Fear is a dark room with developing negatives. Fear is evidence appearing real. So sometimes you're looking at an illusion. And coming from a lifestyle being like a magician, and like Houdini died at the end because he got trapped in illusion. I don't live in illusions because I deal with smoke screens, mirrors, trap facades, images, illusions. Me trying to be slick made me sick, trying to be smooth and cool made me a fool. I used to walk around nighttime, dark sunglasses, think out too cool for umbrellas. You take a fool and put him in a mansion, he's still a fool. So if your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself. It's not what you possess. I thought it was what I possessed. Two cars. I thought it was jumping on jets, wearing Italian-made suits at 18 years old. I was a young man, full of pride. And that's why my grandmother always told me when I walk in the house, Michael, bird can fly so high, but he must come down and get his food. So the lifestyle. Alcohol kills 3.2 million people worldwide. They die from alcohol. Put them in the ground every year. Every 10 seconds, alcoholic dies. Cigarettes kills 8 million people. It's a billion people hooked on cigarettes. And we talk about things called compulsion. Compulsion means I'm doing something against my will. So I haven't drank in 32 years. Don't know the horse name the racetrack. I don't gamble. I don't care what they do. They legalize gambling. I don't know the horse name the racetrack. Don't play scratch out. Don't drink root beer. So it's cool to be a square. The slow lane's the best lane. So nice guy, Chicago. Just enjoying life today. Being outdoors, because don't live in isolation. Enjoy life. Breathe. Bad breath, but no breath. Keep breathing. Gotta breathe. Walk, prayer, meditation. Be around the water, because the body is basically made up on water. The fish needs the water to survive. The water does not need the fish to survive. So be around people. The hermit life is not a normal life. I was a hermit. I studied the Zen monks. I was a recluse. So I can adapt to people, or I could be in isolation. But through isolation, I read a lot. I got into books. So you got to educate the mind. Educate a man's man with certain spiritual qualities, which makes him calm in adversity and happy when alone. Aristotle talks about he is his own best friend and takes a life in privacy where the man no virtue, ability, or worse, ever afraid of solitude. I ain't afraid of solitude. I can be by myself, but I need the balance. The balance is being around people. Also, I can be in perfect peace, like I'm sitting here by myself, and I'm happy when alone. I don't need the crowd to be happy. Happiness is not a result of wealth and luxury, but spiritual understanding. So Mike Scott, Chicago, it's cool to be a square. Children are closest to me to heaven. So be good to the kids, be good to the universe, feed the birds, prayer, meditation, plant a flower instead of pulling flat. So plant a flower instead of tearing the flower out. So like I said, the only way to keep calm is troubled words have a serene mind. Only when you're calm and serene can you do good work. Emotional upset makes you useless. Uncalm times are the only times when evil can find an interest. How does evil find an interest? Through worry, anger, and fear. These three emotions blocks me from God. So God, I ask God every morning, help me be too large for worry, be too strong for fear, and be too noble for anger. So it's about being happy, happiness, you know, and having that emotional balance, no highs and lows, be around the people, pray and meditate, So my Scott, Chicago, beautiful day in Chicago. I'm here at the by the Riverwalk, but I, just had a lunch, and I'm enjoying the sun, enjoying the beauty around me, I ain't got to jump on a jet to find happiness at my feet, So all I had to do was find it at my feet. A fool looks for happiness at a distance. A wise man finds it right under his feet. Like the dwarf and the wizard of Oz, all the time happiness at my feet. It's also happiness comes from within. Not the only other world for enjoy depend enjoy the luxury of thoughts. Our best friends, our worst enemies are our thoughts. A thought can do you more good than a banker, faithful friend, or a cheerful companion. A thought can also do you more harm than a brick. It's not what you possess, who you are, the position you hold, or where you're located at that makes you happy or happy. It's what you think about. You always think about all day long. As a man thinketh, so is he. A thought become your actions. So I had to have some good thoughts. We had to produce some good action. Actions. So Mike Scott, Chicago, enjoying life today. Enjoying the beauty around me, the sun, the trees, the birds, the universe. Because I learned from my mother, at the end, I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm looking at the birds, the stars, the trees. And at the end of your life, you're not looking at Facebook. You're not looking at your bank account, your wardrobe. You're looking at the beauty around you, the birds, the stars, the trees. Every time the sun rises, think your life is just beginning. When I go to bed, I put these shoes in my bed. I tell myself this one day, this might be my last day. Because one day it will. So every day I enjoy life. I'm happy to be above ground. Any day above ground to me is a good day. So I'm glad to be 62 years, and I got to live 2 lives in one lifetime. See, the slow lane is the best lane. It's cool to be a square. God is real old and sometimes works real slow. So the slow lane is the best lane. I'm not in the speed today. I just be in the speed. Instant grits, one night stands. So today I can sit still, be in perfect peace, do prayer and meditations. Like I said, I'm going to leave you with this meditation called Meditation of the Masters that I'm on every day. If one wears shoes, the pebbles in the road will not harm his feet. If one remains calm under any conditions, the pebbles in life will not cause you pain. I fell in that love, that meditation 39 or 40 years ago when I memorized that meditation because it inspired me. And that's what meditation does. Because you're not going to be inspired all the time, with the news stuff going on, and the wickedness around us. But when we pray and meditate, because God has all power, you're going to be inspired. So I'm inspired every time the sun rises. The sun's going to rise whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, the sun's going to rise. And what Buddha said, what's the use of claiming something that is yours, but even the moon is used as the public light? See, the more you value things, the less you value yourself. I used to value the cars I drove. I rode around with the Playboy stickers on my side. I had the Playboy light. I was confident lifestyle, chasing happiness outside me. And I found out that I'm not today a wise man's fun is being wise. A fool's fun is being bad. So today it's about being good. Good people walk over whatever happens to them. Good people that yearn for pleasure. The wise that show changes, highs and lows, whether touched by happiness or touched by sorrow. So it's not what happens to me, it's how I take it. If you can take your troubles as they come, if you can maintain your calm and composure amid pressing duties and under engagement, rise above the disturbing circumstance. They say you discover a priceless secret of daily living. Even if regards to life, but unfortunate handicap, and yet live each day as it comes. They say you achieved a great achievement than a person who rules a nation. So the peace that comes from God, it's not going to come from the White House. It's not going to come from the politicians. The peace that comes from God passes all understanding. The world can't give it to you. The world can't take it to you. God can be your shield. No problems of the world can harm you. Book called The Man in the Mirror. I went into this church one time and they gave the book called The Man in the Mirror. They said, life is a big question mark. God is a big answer. Whatever the question that he's asked, no matter how down, up, tired, or strong, be finna be traded, upright, hurt or happy, rich or broke, famous or unknown, God is the answer to your problems. So God is answering my problems. Money is not the answer to my problems. God is answering my problems. So I need to I need to pray to God every day. Stay in contact with God. And then that's my protection. And I can, like my grandmother said, God take care of the birds, he'll take care of you. So Mike Scott, Chicago, down here enjoying life today.